America's tourism industry is facing its toughest crisis in decades. In the summer of 2025, thousands of businesses across the country are reporting falling revenues, while cities that once thrived on tourism are losing billions of dollars. Empty flights, staff cuts in hotels, and shuttered restaurants are quickly becoming the new reality. And while the government boasts about record-breaking revenues, independent experts warn, in truth, U.S. tourism is on the verge of collapse. Social media is flooded with images of half-empty international flights, and this is not an isolated phenomenon. Travelers who still choose the U.S. often find themselves on planes with dozens of vacant seats. In Las Vegas, one of the world's biggest tourist hotspots, the downturn is so severe that the city is bleeding billions. Analysts insist this is not a temporary dip, but rather a warning sign of much deeper trouble. On paper, things look rosy. The U.S. Department of Commerce reported $126.9 billion in tourism revenue in the first half of 2025. But independent research paints a very different picture. The World Travel and Tourism Council estimated that America risks losing at least $12.5 billion in international visitor spending this year alone. Its president, Julia Simpson, didn't hold back. The world's largest tourism economy is heading in the wrong direction, not because of a lack of demand, but because of government inaction. The drop is most visible from America's closest neighbors. Canadian land crossings have plummeted by nearly 30%, while flights from Canada are down more than 13%. Europe tells a similar story. Travelers from Germany and France are avoiding the U.S., with overall European visits down by more than 17%. And these are not low-budget backpackers. These are high-spending tourists who usually fill luxury hotels, dine in top restaurants, and shop on Fifth Avenue or Rodeo Drive. The effects are now plain to see. Hotels are cutting staff, restaurants are reducing hours, luxury retailers are reporting weaker sales. Small towns that depend on seasonal tourism are shutting down permanently. According to Oxford Economics, international arrivals could drop 8.2% this year, millions of lost visits. The U.S. Travel Association warns that losses could reach $21 billion. Every 1% decline in international spending equals $1.8 billion gone from the American economy. The reasons for this crisis are complex. The strong dollar. For many, a dream trip to New York now costs 20 to 30% more than last year. Strict border policies. Travelers report more screenings, detentions, and even lawful visitors being denied entry. Political climate. Rhetoric around tariffs, security, and immigration is shaping a hostile image. Negative perception. Rising concerns about crime and instability in U.S. cities are pushing tourists towards safer alternatives. Even New York, the city that never sleeps, is suffering. International arrivals are down almost 17%. Broadway theaters, world-famous museums, and iconic restaurants all report fewer foreign visitors. New York has long been the crown jewel of U.S. tourism. If the city struggles, the entire country feels the shockwaves. Government officials continue to talk about a so-called golden age of tourism. They highlight overall spending growth, much of it driven by domestic travel and rising prices. But independent analysts argue that these numbers mask the truth. The reality depends on what you count. Government statistics focus on money spent, while researchers look at actual visitor numbers. Meanwhile, America's competitors are seizing the opportunity. Europe is experiencing a record boom. Japan and Spain are welcoming floods of international visitors, and Mexico is rapidly expanding its tourism appeal. Emerging destinations in Asia, Africa, and South America are luring travelers with cheaper prices and unique cultural experiences. Once tourists form new habits abroad, they may never return to the U.S. Tourism isn't just about hotels and attractions. It supports jobs in countless industries, generates billions in tax revenue, and builds America's global image. When foreign visitors stop coming, the ripple effect spread far beyond airports and casinos. For border towns and small communities near Canada, even one bad season can mean permanent closure. And the scariest part? Multiple reports suggest the downturn isn't slowing, it's accelerating. If current trends continue, 2026 could make this year look mild in comparison. The question is no longer whether America's tourism industry is in crisis. The question is how much worse it will get before something changes. As millions of visitors choose Europe, Asia, and Latin America instead, America's image as the world's top travel destination is unraveling in real time, and the billions flowing into rival economies may never come back. Before you go, is this just a temporary slump or the start of a long-term collapse for U.S. tourism? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next report.